And now it's the table's turn. So this is what happens, and these are the properties, and I'm gonna write down something, a quick table. This way we can do some revision. And table, and then I have to create the tr, I have to create the row. I'm going to create 2 cells for each row, and then the end of tr, and we've got 2 rows with 2 cells, columns each. Then I've got the end of the table, and I'm going to write some things. I've got my table here. I'm going to use the margin again, because if not, that's a bit problematic. Sorry, the border. This is always HTML code and not CSS. This is the border attribute. So this is my table. What can we do with it? So it specifies whether or not table borders should be collapsed. So I'm going to see the example here, or I can just copy paste. So we've got either collapse or separate. So we're going to see both. Table border collapse. Let's see what happens. So there you go. You don't have the distinct distance between the borders of each cell. And they've got separate, and this is what happens. So you've got the right side of this cell is going to be united with the left side of this cell. So this is going to be separate. This is separated, and the other way is collapse. If you go specify the distance between the borders of adjacent cells, so you've got the distance here is really minimal, so you can change it, and border spacing, put something like I don't know how much. Yeah, and so if you've got one length value specified, you've got 2 here. It specifies both the horizontal and vertical. If you've got 2 lengths, the first is a horizontal and the second is a vertical. Okay. So this is horizontal and this is vertical. Let's see the difference. So you got the horizontal is 10 pixels, and then you've got here 50 pixels. So this is what happens with the margins, with the border spacing, and we've got caption side, and this is what we did in our HTML tables tutorial. We had used caption here, and then something, and then we see the difference. We see the result. This is the let's say the caption of the table, and let's see what happens if we take this and we put it towards the end of the table. You see it doesn't work. So whether you put the code in the beginning, just after the opening tag of table, or at the end, it doesn't matter. That's because the position of the caption content is going to be decided by the caption side property. So if we really want for the caption to be on the bottom, we have to come here and we say caption side bottom, and there you go, you've got the caption side, you've got the caption on the bottom. And then empty cells. So let's create an empty cell. and this is what happened with the empty cell. And empty cells can hide or show. Hide, and there you go. So we don't have the border of the empty cell, or we can visualize and show or something the border of the empty cell. And the table layout, and you've got fixed or auto. So the difference here, we've got table layout, fixed, and auto. So the auto value is the default value. So you've got it says that the column width is set by the widest unbreakable, etc. So you can see here, for example, that the width of the column is as wide as the widest cell of each row. So you're going to see that the column here that stops here and not here, for example, the first column, because we don't need all this space. So it's going to be as economical as possible. So you're going to find the best fit for the column width, or we can have a fixed table layout. So you've got the horizontal layout only depends on the table's width. So in the you can specify the width with the command with an attribute, the table's width. So that's with a property related to dimensions. So no, it's not from here. So what is good here is that the auto can be slow, because what it does is it goes row by row for the first column, and it tries to find, is going to calculate the length of each cell of the first row, and is going to find which is the longest one, and then it goes to the first line and starts separating the first cell, slicing the first column according to that data. However, when we've got fixed, it doesn't matter how long the other cells of the other rows are. We've got the dimension already, so the browser can start displaying the first row as soon as the data come in.